Greetings and welcome to this episode of Everyday Enchantment. I'm your host, Stacey Andon, and I want to talk in this episode about a question I get all the time, which is what do I do if I'm all stressed out? And to me, that phrase being stressed out so often means we're all up in our head, right? The hamster wheel, the thoughts, the worry, maybe we call it anxiety or anxious feeling. We just can't quite get calm, centered, grounded, a sense of just being in some peace. And again, not permanent peace, but just coming back into that feeling. Again, I think grounded is a really great way of saying it. And that hamster wheel, that head hamster wheel, never wants us to get peace. It has its own agenda, which is like running us amok. And we've all been there. And it is the antithesis of fun and easy and enchantment. So, I want to give you three practical tips today to help you not to do all of them at the same time. Try one, play around with it, experiment it, make it your own, and see how it works before you try the other two. All right. Tip number one, when you're all up in your head, for me, sometimes, again, the energy just feels like it absolutely is like getting bigger and bigger, like a balloon through my head. The thoughts are just running. I cannot distract myself. I get this like feeling in my body, this tightness. I feel it in my shoulders, what I should be doing, all my attachments to how things are supposed to be, and it's not working that way. And it just, like I said, it goes amok. So here's a really easy thing, energetically, intuitively to do. Take a little pause and bring in a sensory experience. What I mean by that is drink something, maybe it's really, really chilly and cold, maybe it has a beautiful flavor to it, but have an experience with your senses, your taste, touching a cold glass, really feeling with your body in this moment. Not trying to fix anything, you're not trying to solve whatever your head's got itself in a knot over. You're just having this pause and this break with your senses, with your body. You can also do it. Maybe you light a candle and you just smell something, flowers. You go outside. There's so many beautiful, sweet scents in the air right now. Just again, smelling and taking that in, going out in the woods, listening to the birds and all of the just Mother Nature's soundtrack. Again, allowing whether it's hearing something, tasting it, seeing it, feeling it, really allowing yourself to savor for a few moments something very, very sensory delicious, so to speak. I just bought some cherries at the farmer's market this week and they are so good. So again, maybe just pop in a couple cherries in your mouth, spit out the pits. And what does it taste like? What does the cherry feel like in terms of the skin in your mouth against your tongue? All of that, just paying attention for a few moments to that. It just naturally and kind of intuitively resets our body and allows us to come back in. So if you feel like your energy's all up, kind of like just like I said, this kind of balloon or this big open space, this is going to help you bring it in and ground it. That's tip number one. And let me know what you play with and what you try and what you experience. If it doesn't work, so to speak, right away, just keep playing around and seeing. Maybe it's music for you, listening to a song for a few minutes. Maybe it is going for a walk and moving your body, feeling your feet on the ground in the woods, all of those things. All right. The second tip, when your head just absolutely wants to like take you on the roller coaster of like left, right, sideways, upside down, the Willy Wonka elevator that crashes through all the things, and you feel very untethered. This just happened to me the other day. I had it all in my head that I wanted to take a new exercise class, and my brain was like, I don't know, I'm going to feel about this. And there was just all of this drama whether or not I was going to do this. And so here is a very easy tip. to try as well. Just make a decision. You don't have to make a perfect decision. You don't have to feel like, oh, I have to get it right. I just decided I was going to take the class. I signed up, I set my alarm, and it really did, for the most part, minimize all the drama, because now all of a sudden, all that energy I was spinning around using, I got to, relax and just have the night off. And it didn't increase the drama because I made a decision. So sometimes making a decision, even saying to yourself, I'm not going to decide right now. And that is the decision, in order to, again, shift up and change that energy that just wants to keep going, 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 going. And you're like, well, what about this? And what about that? I've been there so many times. Just decide and see how that feels. Making a decision can be a really powerful thing. All right. Third little tip today, and these are things I use all the time in my own life, is okay, let's say you got a lot of head drama going on. I'll use my example of being in that new exercise class that I was deciding about. Once I find myself there, then my head has all sorts of drama. You're not doing the moves right. You're not as good as all the other people in the class. You're too slow. You don't have your shit together. Pretty much you're the biggest loser on the planet. There's a lot of head drama and energy around that too. So how do we shift out of that? You know what I say to myself? So the F what? What if I am slow? What if I am not? Like, who gives a flying, fig out into the woods? And it just, again, it stops the energy, the spin, the swirl, the turning, the spiral, because you just break it with a different type of energy that's like, hey, maybe that is true, and that's okay. It just, we're bringing in a presence and a pause to our mind. We're not getting in that energy, right? It's like, come jump into this energy with me and just get yourself all spun in every different direction and not actually really create any movement for yourself. That's just like this constant swirling around where you go nowhere. So, anyway, I really like sometimes just to give it back to my brain with a little humor. I'm not being so serious here, but like, so what? So what? Who gives a shit? You, my brain, are the only one that cares about that right now. I have other things that I want to do in this moment, and they do not include just getting into this messy pile with you and ruminating over it over and over and over again. All right. So, three really simple things when you're in the head, you're far away from enchantment, things do not feel easy or simple. They definitely don't feel fun. Come back to a sensory experience. Use your taste, your sound, your hearing, and just take a pause. Not trying to overlay things, you're just being with yourself in a different way in that moment. Second thing, make a decision. It doesn't have to be a big one. Just make a decision and allow yourself to cut off and stop the wheel. That's always very helpful. And then the third one is have a little humor and just get a little sassy with your brain and tell her or him or they, so the F what? All right, that's it in a nutshell. Try these out. Let me know what you think. If you want to practice with these, because a lot of times when we're first learning them, they take a little practice. I would love, 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 love to have you come in and have your own coaching session on one of these. And again, how to stop this from just taking over your life. Because for me, it's affected my sleep. It's affected all the ways I try to distract myself that don't feel good. And it just, I wanted to do something that brought more ease and peace to my life. And as a bonus winning result of all of this, you get to hear then your intuition louder. You get to be connected to your body and come back into that energy, that kind of soul wisdom that really is going to know what to do next and it's going to offer you some insight. But it's hard to access that part of us when everything is up It's bringing it and grounding it back down within us. All right, beautifuls, have an incredible day. Sending you all the love as you walk on the planet, and I cannot wait to talk to you again soon. That's it for now, loves. Thank you for tuning into this episode. Get all the juicy details and links we've mentioned in the show notes. If learning more about how you can use your own enchantment to live a oh hell yes life, come get your own coaching session with me by going to staceyandon.com and signing up for my homepage. And as always, come chat with me about this topic and all things enchantment in my Facebook group, Everyday Enchantment. See you on the flip side.